Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Blackshirt Breakdown. My name is Steve Marik. I'm a staff writer at Inside Nebraska, and he is Jay Foreman, our NFL veteran and former Nebraska Blackshirt. Jay Foreman, we are back. How have you been, good sir?
I've been good, man. We were doing them so much, I felt like once or twice a week, but we had to let the coaches and the players get to doing some football, but nevertheless, it's good to be back.
Yeah, absolutely. So today we are going to be breaking down Dylan Raiola, his spring game performance. Nebraska's five-star true freshman went 16 for 22 for 239 yards, two touchdowns, one interception. By all accounts, I was impressed with them. Jay, what were your initial thoughts of just kind of seeing Dylan Raiola in that
Right.
environment for the very first time?
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed. I was a little bit surprised. I mean, I know he played in big games and playing in Buford, and
Yeah.
actually, I was able to see him when he played a Charlotte, North Carolina team, and I know he could handle a big moment. But but look, man, you early enrollee,
Mm-hmm.
probably the biggest flip, as far as flipping in the last 25 years, which him, leaving Georgia coming to Nebraska. His first spring ball 5 weeks into it, and 60,000 people. So I think he
Yeah.
handled it pretty well. And I was pleasantly surprised, but I wasn't surprised because I know what type of player he potentially could be.
Now, he is not the only scholarship quarterback in Nebraska's room right now. We have Heinrich Harburg. You have Danny Kalen coming in. We're going to be breaking down 6 plays from Dylan Raiola's spring game. We're not going to touch on Heinrich or Kalen just yet. But Jay, what were your initial thoughts on the two other quarterbacks, Heinrich Harburg and Danny Kalen?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think Nebraska has three new quarterbacks, and obviously two freshmen coming in. There are two early enrollees, but I think you're getting a different version of Heinrich Harburg.
Yeah.
Considering he has a quarterback coach, which I know Marcus Satterfield did some last year. But look, he stepped away. He's doing tight ends and an offensive coordinator. Now you have a coach just solely focused on the quarterback play. And I think just the little snapshot that we seen that we saw some improvement from. So I think you're getting three new quarterbacks and will continue to have three new quarterbacks, or I mean, three quarterbacks that will continue to progress.
Mhm.
And so when you compare the room to last year, I think the just ability to play pitch and catch, what I look at, that's the biggest thing I grade a quarterback on, ability to do that. I think all three, have done a good job.
Absolutely. So, let's get right into it, Jay. Okay, so like I mentioned before, Dylan Raiola, we have 6 plays of his. The first one is just going to be a simple pick. I think it's to Fedoni. Yeah, his very
All
first
right.
pass attempt and completion. Fedoni does a little false step to the inside, a little counter action kind of before he goes out on the arrow route to the perimeter here. But Jay, what I specifically liked with Dylan is just how smooth and how I guess effortless the action in the backfield with Emmett Johnson is, and how he just whips that ball out very, very quickly, very smoothly. But what did you see from this play specifically?
Well, first thing you want to look at the command of the offense, and you can see this right away. He knows what he's doing. He knows where he's going. Pre-snap read, obviously, post-snap execution. You see it right here. This is a good play call, good execution. Just get it to your tight end, get an easy completion, get some confidence going, get the nervous energy out of him. But look at the ball placement, though. I think this is the separator between himself and maybe the other quarterbacks, is the ability to make the easy throw, but place it to where in this case, Thomas Fedoni can catch it, right? Look where he's catching it right here. Hands,
Mm-hmm.
right? Using his catch radius, and now it's allowing him to turn right upfield, ball in the outside hand. Great block there on the perimeter there. I
Yeah.
think that's either by Jalen Lloyd or Bonner, allowing him to get the short corner. Now you're turning a 2 yard gain into maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 yard gain right off the rip. And so it starts with the outside blocking on the perimeter, right? But then it starts with the execution of the quarterback, and then the catch by the tight end. And so I think the ball placement here, and it looks effortless. Yeah, this is just the talent that doesn't get evaluated. I don't think frequent enough, is the ability to place the ball, the easy throws, and that's how
Mm-hmm.
you get yards after contact, or yards after the catch. If the ball's behind him right here, he's
Yeah.
turning and he's running right into 32. So look, you get a good block there in the perimeter by Bonner, right? So right, he has a great spring, right?
Yes.
And then the ball placement allows Fedoni to turn the corner. So you turn a 2 yard gain or whatever it would be into a first down play. And that's how you get out of, if you're backed up, you feel confident you can run this play. If you're in the field, you feel like you can run this play as well. So this is a good play to start your Nebraska career off in the spring game.
And you mentioned the perimeter blocking. Janarin Bonner obviously in the slot, taking care of that safety right there. And then that was Jamal Banks on the outside, taking care of Bly Hill, who unfortunately went down and had to be carted off the field with that knee injury. But yeah, Janarin Bonner, Jamal Banks, that transfer receiver from Wake Forest, 6'4", doing an excellent job on there as well. All right, let's head to play number 2 that we have, and this is probably my favorite throw of his. And some other people have told me the same as well. But this is one where he fits it into Alex Bullock, who is the second receiver up top of that trips formation up there. Just really well, just a really well placed ball, nice touch on it. And like you said, ball placement, Jay, just led Alex Bullock perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, these are the things that separates guys when you're in a tough competition right there. And how do you affect or how do you execute against a zone defense that's pretty much, set up to try to stop this play, right? It's a good route by Alex Bullock. You want to throw this right on the hash here. And we saw this a lot last year against teams against Nebraska. You run a clear out route with the tight end, under route to see if the middle dropper will take the cheese, and then
Okay.
you throw it right over the top of the middle linebacker there and in between the slot corner or the slot defender and the safety. And you also have to control the safety with your eyes as well. And so a good job right here, good timing, right? Good, sets it up there and got it right where he needs to be. So he knew exactly what he knew exactly what he was reading or who he was reading, and he got it to him on time and on target, right? The ability to play pitch and catch, to throw it into his body, knowing that he needs to catch it in his body in between the defenders. Look at that step there. I mean, if you could go back a little bit,
Yeah.
right? Watch this right here. This is what you didn't see right here, right? Right? Look at that, right? Look at that good wide base. We talked about that last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is repped all the time. This is something that he can do in his sleep, probably with his eyes closed, right? Gallop step, 1, 2, makes his decision. Look at that good base. Raise that arm up like Nick Saban says and fire that bad boy. And it's right on target and on time. Good velocity. It's an even better trajectory. And then obviously it's right to the point to where you can fit that right in between two defenders. And so you want to make sure that the only person that can get their hands on it is the receiver. So it would take a heck of a player by that nickel defender or the
Mm-hmm.
slot defender and that free safety to make that play, regardless of who it may be. And actually, that was an outside corner coming off, and so that's a really good read. So I think, really, to be honest with you, he's reading 2-to-1 outside, right? He's reading the slot defender and the outside corner. And also he's keeping an eye on that safety there, right? And what keeps the safety a little bit at home is the tight end running a deep drag route. Watch
Yeah.
this right here. Keeps them honest, right? And this is a game plan thing here, depending on who you're playing, right? So if you're playing against a good, say like Newbin from Minnesota last year, even though he's moved on to being a second round pick, you might not throw this. Guess where he'd go, right? Underneath at the hash, probably to number 89 right there. So I mean, it's a good. I mean, this is a pass. This is how you become a 5-star quarterback, being able to do this, and that's what he's pretty much done all spring, and he's shown the ability to do it under pressure situations. So this is all that's advertised. When you have good arm strength, good fundamentals, and a good head on your shoulders as far as the game, you're able to do things like this because this is what your natural ability is allowed you to do, but your ability to study, learn, and then also execute has allowed you to make these big time throws.
I love the throw. I love the catch. Congrats to Alex Bullock. That was awesome. But man, I would have loved to see. I'm not saying that this was a wrong place to go or anything with Dylan, because obviously that was an incredible pass and catch. But just to give Ja'Cory Barney on that little drag route underneath, boy, that would be fun. But speaking of Ja'Cory Barney, we have him making an excellent catch right now through contact, through a big shot from Boodle, who is laying some really good big hits at safety
Right.
that I really loved. But this one, just again, an in-breaking route from Ja'Cory Barney, who's
Right.
at the top of the screen up here. Just a really good catch and him able to hold on to the ball through contact.
Yeah, I mean, this right here, he reads it real quick, and what I like right here, he's able to speed up his process when he needs to. Right, that's good. He's in his fundamentals, but right when he goes right there, look him off right there, and he knows exactly where he's going. Right, I mean, that's what you want right there, and you can say who you're going against on, the defense and all this stuff. I'm looking at how he's executing the position of quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he needs to speed up his process, look how quick he is to get it going right there. Versus, before when he was really, trying to get it up the seam and pushing it down the field, the accuracy in between the hashes. What do I always say, Steve? And when we talk about the tight ends that we got in the recruiting class, Carter Nelson, how do you become more explosive? Destroy people in the middle of the field. Now you can either do that with the 2 tight end set, or you can have different route combinations, but you have to have supreme accuracy. Right? Watch it right here. Watch it when he goes right here. Look exactly where he's fitting it. Right. This is a good view right here. See exactly where he's going right there.
Yeah.
Right on the hash in between 2 defenders. And it's almost like when you have a baseball pitcher in the playoffs. Sometimes the best pitching beats the best hitters, and that's what happens when you got an accurate quarterback. It doesn't matter sometimes what coverage you have, but it's a good catch right here by Barney. Good hands catch it right there. Good finish there by Boodle. So this is a competitive play. This is an evaluation play right here.
Yep.
Good on good. See what you do through contact. Good aggressive play. Good execution by the quarterback. But I like how he's just able to flick it right there. And that's how. Look, everything that you heard about him, you've seen on display. Now, granted, it's just a spring game.
Yep.
But the ability to put it in places where you need to and making the right reads, right? He could have thrown it right there to Bullock, but there was a short defender there that's supposed to take away that short dig right there. And he went right on. That's a high-low route right there. I got beat a couple times on that before in my own career by Brett Favre. So look, if you sit down and you kind of take a peek somewhere, next thing you know, you're gonna be mad at yourself because he can fit it in between you. Right? Look at that right there. See that right there?
Yeah.
He looked at the defender was looking at the quarterback, the arm angle, and knowing exactly where you go. I mean, watch this right here. Watch for 42. He thinks he's going right there. Whoop. I've been victim to that there, Steve. Trust me, right? And what they tell you is sometimes when you go to a drop to the boundary side, this is a teaching lesson for linebackers out there. To the boundary side, you actually need to go straight back. Watch this. You'll see it, right? You get a little bit too wide, and this is teaching tape right here for quarterbacks. And what's good about it for Dylan is he knows who to read. He's reading the linebacker right here. I've been in this position before.
Yeah.
Once that linebacker went about a step too far over to his right.
So number 42, Gobert.
Once he was right there, he knows exactly where he's going. Now he needs to fit it in between the safety. Right. Yep. And look, watch that's exactly where he goes. Now, if he was in a straight back pedal drop on the hash, he's going back down to Bullock. So it's execution. Right. So the ability to play quarterback is what's the most important thing. People will probably, obviously want to downgrade it because the starters aren't there. I'm not worried about the starters. I'm worried about his ability to play pitch and catch at a supremely high level. And that's what he's doing right now. He's making the right reads, he's executing, and he's throwing it with the right trajectory, velocity, and is definitely on time, on target.
Now we saw Dylan enjoying some good pockets from the offensive line. I thought the offensive line, by the way, both of them were doing some really good things and pass protection. And obviously the defense was had to hold off if they got close to a quarterback. But again, this will be an example of Dylan throwing on the run and being accurate with it and finding the open guy, keeping his head down on the downfield as he breaks the pocket.
Right. Yeah, this is what you do. You step up in the pocket, right? You have some awareness. You might have got sacked there, but what I like right there is I call it painting the line of scrimmage, right? What I mean is you're going right along the paint right here. Now, granted, this is probably a sack, right? This is a good, good
James
job
Williams
there.
Probably gets
James Williams come back, right? Retrace his steps, right? So, look, this play is obviously most likely dead, right? But you like right here, he steps up. And, the only thing you say, okay, you want to make sure you have ball security, have a little bit of awareness. But what I like right there is he's scrambling to do what? Pass the ball, right? So look at the defenders coming up, right? 3 defenders in there. And what does he do? Keep his shoulder square, and he's able to deliver it. That's a hard pass to execute.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what age you are. It turns into an explosive play. Now, obviously, he probably most likely would have been getting sacked. But again, I'm looking at him executing the position of quarterback. Him getting sacked has nothing to do with this play. I mean, it does because the play most likely be dead. but I'm going on how he executed the fundamentals of playing quarterback. I like how he paints the line of scrimmage right there. Only thing you can say, have more awareness of the defender, maybe tracing his steps. But look how he's able to get downhill right here, get sideways, paint it, eyes up, right? He even looked there to the left to see where he was going, and got it to the offensive player to, obviously as this play was, I don't know if it was blown dead or not, but it allowed it to be an explosive play.
Ian Flint, true freshman tight end, on the receiving
Yep.
end of that one. And I know that Rule has talked about this in post practice pressers. Is, it's kind of hard to evaluate the quarterbacks when the defense isn't allowed to hit him, and he always likes to talk about how, is a quarterback having two hands on the ball in the pocket. So right now, you look maybe, as Dylan is scrambling, he's directing traffic with one hand, holding on to the ball with the
Yeah.
other. Maybe you like to see two on the other hand, but they're going to go
Right.
over that in film room and get that all cleaned up. But let's move on here. After this play from Ian, who, again, a good looking tight end, young tight end. I mean, Nebraska's tight end room looks really, really good right now. I like this concept too, kind of faking the receiver screen and having the inside Alex Bullock kind of do sort of a wheel route ish type thing with the post wheel concept up top. But another really good throw and touch throw from Dylan Raiola here.
Yeah, I think when you have quarterbacks with a little bit more live arms, you're able to, and more accuracy, you're able to run, some different, route combinations, maybe be a little bit more aggressive backed up here. And obviously you're trying to see, what he can execute. This is a teaching tape to see what he's made of upstairs, right?
Mm,
How strong and how big can you stand in the pocket and
yeah.
deliver under pressure, backed up, say you need to get a first down. We saw it last year on the road at Illinois. We had it, when Marcus Washington got a big catch there. You like
Yep.
this, right here, feel the pressure, right? You probably need 56 to come up there. You need to step up right there and deliver the mail right there with accuracy. Again, reading the defenders and having the touch. I'm talking about the trajectory and the velocity that allows Alex Bullock to make a catch in between the safety that got ran off, was able to come back and get into the screen. The biggest thing when you're playing quarterback is like point guard in basketball. You got to be on time and on target with your passes.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to deliver it, man. And you got to deliver it with all different types of arm angles, velocity, trajectory. And it also always has to be accurate. And that's what he's shown right now. Accuracy is something that, you can improve on. You can rep it, but I think he has natural ability to be accurate. He has ability to play the play out in his mind maybe before it even, happens. And so, he showed pretty well. And these are different throws and different things you can evaluate. You can always, nitpick on things to get a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, man, this is more than a good start for a five-star recruit that's coming in with a ton of pressure, but also a ton of opportunity in his first time to, get out there in front of 65,000 people.
So the trips formation to the top here, I think you got Barney up there as the one, you got Bullock as the two, and then you got, I think it's Davon Hall right here that's running the actual screen part of this play
Mm-hmm.
as the number three. Who do you think? So it looks like both safeties there bite on the screen, and that is what
Right.
allows Bullock to get an open spot while Barney runs a clear out route. Who do you think, Jay? I know you're not in the room or anything, but who do you think is being read here?
He's probably reading. Well, he's probably reading the inside guy here. He's reading
Okay.
both of them, really. I mean, the
Uh-huh.
the responsibility in the flat is the slot defender.
Okay.
You like I don't know what number it's number. It's a 30 number.
We
See,
got
right when he
Brett's and then 26, I think. Or no,
yeah,
Brett's and then
26,
20,
Brett, yeah,
36,
36. Yeah, once he stepped up, right, and then read his 3-2 read right here. So
38
what?
maybe.
Yeah, 38. So what that is it's whether it's man or zone. That's a combo coverage. Inside defender is reading number 3-2,
Mm-hmm.
and the slot defender is running 2-3. So once that flare, you play with depth, right? You'd like to even Brits to play with a little bit more depth, top down,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'd like number 36 to be even more deeper, right? He should be well into his drop right here.
Yeah,
And so if they both have depth, you're just dumping it off there to Davon Hall and letting him run after the catch, but they
there you
both
go.
bit up. Watch when their feet stop right there. The ball's gone. He already
Mm-hmm.
knows where he's going. Right there. Once their
Yeah.
feet stop,
Mm-hmm.
it's up to up to Alex Bullock to be ready to make this play because they can't recover.
Yeah.
Right? You just can't. They'll watch when their feet stop right here. Right? This
Yeah.
done.
You're even,
And
you're leaving.
Right, you're right, and it's a good route right here, right? It's kind of like a little bit of a slot fade. You got to throw
Hmm.
it up there and just drop it in there in between the safeties, kind of like a cover two beater. Good job right there by good play call. Good, I mean, it's a good
Yeah.
execution there. Um, and so I mean, look again, everything that he was talked about and advertised, he went out there and showcased in different forms of fashion throughout his first spring game.
This is going to be the 2 point conversion throw, which I know had a lot of people up and hooting and hollering and all that stuff. It was a really great throw. But Jay, what did you see here? Again, this is to Alex Bullock, who obviously had a really good spring game. 3 of his catches are on here.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's a sure-handed player. He's kind of waited his turn. He's got a
Yeah.
very competitive room. Good route right there. Right, it's a little bit of a shake route, a little bit of we used to call it a mesh route, with a 7 cut, and it allows him right a little half roll, so you're kind of making the read easier. Good job of setting the edge there by both the offensive tackle and the running back, and then you be able to drop it in there again. The velocity, trajectory, and accuracy that allows and at least in this case, it allows Dylan to make these type of throws and allows the offensive coordinator and quarterback coach to make these type of calls. Right, you got to have superior confidence in that he's going to make the right decision,
Hmm.
and if he doesn't, and if it doesn't work out, the ball is placed in a place that only the offensive guy can have a chance at catching it, and so that's exactly what happens right here. Little half roll right to the short side of the field. He doesn't get outside he doesn't get outside the hash, right? So then he still has a good pocket with a little depth. Watch this right here, right? I mean, this sneaky little detail right here that I like right here, because it doesn't allow the outside defender 52 there, Dylan Rogers, to really pull up the quarterback, right? And
Yeah.
then also when you have a quarterback that can throw on the run with accuracy and different arm angles, you like this, right? And so you're able to do a half roll, full roll, in your playbook, and have the same plays that it looks different to defenses. And he's able to get it over that short corner there, and he's going to beat 36 every single time to the corner. And so,
Hmm.
good job there by Alex Bullock. Good route combination there. You probably want to clean it up the timing of it. See there, a little hesitation route to the 7.
Hmm.
Um, and you know where you're going once you know it's man. Because right here it's a man to man beater, and with inside leverage there by 36, you run a good route there. You just expect the quarterback to get it to you.
Yeah, and one thing that Matt Rule has talked about a lot, he's brought up Maurice Mazuka. Maurice Mazuka, walk-on running back, the brother of Micah Mazuka, the offensive line transfer from Florida and Baylor. He picked up Dylan Rogers really well here and allowed that Dylan to have kind of a more open space to do his thing. So the running back, the pass protection part of being a running back is really crucial. And I guess Matt Rule wasn't lying when he said Maurice Mazuka was doing some good things at spring practice here.
Yeah, it was a good job there by this is the most crucial block right here,
Yeah.
because he's got to set the edge.
Hmm.
Everybody always think you set the edge on defense. No, you got to set the edge on offense, right? You got to be able to impede his progress, but then also don't make it a soft edge. You can't retreat. Good job right there. Head outside, get your head and hands inside, and
Hmm.
it doesn't allow Rogers to really get his hand up, right? So there was a good physical play there by Mazuka, and it's kind of like a hockey assist, right?
Yeah.
It's obviously Dylan and Alex Bullock are going to get the credit for the pass and the catch. The play was made right there by Mazuka right there, creating a good clean edge for the quarterback to execute this half roll right here.
Absolutely. So, Jay, that was awesome stuff as always. Learned a lot. But now I guess what are kind of the things to end on here? As Nebraska moves into the offseason, the transfer portal is closed. Still some commitments out there to be made by those in the portal. But just what are your overall thoughts on the state of the program right now after they got those 15 spring practices in? What have we learned, I guess, from the program?
Well, I mean, it goes without saying. I mean, they're a better looking football team, so they've
Hmm.
had a good winter condition all the way through spring. I think they look faster and they look
Hmm.
quicker. They look like just a better football team. I think. Obviously, I think they've upgraded some positions. I think they have a lot more options in it, so that's going to make it a lot more competitive. And I like the depth. I like the depth at the depth, excuse me, at all the
Hmm.
positions, and I like the competition as well. And so, I think it's just right along the lines of what, Matt Rule and those guys did last year in kind of a short time period, where this year they were really able to, make some noise on the recruiting trail, but then also on the development trail too as well. I think you're going to see a better, version of Jamari Butler, of RJ or MJ Sherman, all those guys. I think another, a year under their belt, the expectation of those guys take a step forward, and then you throw in some of these freshmen,
Mm-hmm.
and with Jamal Banks and Nair and Dowdell, along with Emmett Johnson, that's really taken a big step forward in my opinion. And you like the depth on the offensive line. Now you see some guys. Now you need some guys to get healthy and happy, and then obviously take control there. But feel very confident. And you can't put a number on it right now, but I think they're definitely going to be a better football team just because of another year under the Matt Rule kind of system. But then also they've improved athletically. They've improved their talent. I mean, you can't deny that they're the more talented team. Now the big part is starting today, or should have started maybe yesterday. They have to get that focus on the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
UTEP or bust. And so everything that you do is 4th and 1 from here on out, and getting ready for that, I think, August 31st game against UTEP.
I like that. Everything from here on out is 4th and 1 for sure. All right. So, Jay, good stuff as always. For Steve Marik, that is Jay Foreman. And that was a Blackshirt Breakdown, Dylan Raiola spring game style. We'll catch y'all later.